Hi everyone, it's Heather from Loving Our Age. And you know, for those of you that are on the aging journey, I'm right alongside with you. Now let's talk about, our skin, our aging skin. And as most of you know, I've never had Botox, I've never had any face surgery. And if you have, I just say, do you. That's just great. For me, I just don't like needles. So what I do is I go to my trusty makeup table and I give myself an eye lift with cosmetics. So whether you have droopy, hooded, or just aging eyes, this makeup tutorial is going to be for you. And don't forget to stay until the end of this video, where as always, I'll have an inspirational message for you. All right, let's get this party started. What I'm going to do is take off all my eye makeup, and then I will show you an eye lift makeup tutorial. You know what? I do not like anybody to see me without my makeup, but for you, I make an exception. All right, so I don't have any eye makeup on. I still have on my concealer, and I still have my face makeup on, my lipstick. And if you're wondering, where do I find those products? You can find them at amazon.com/shop/awesomeover50 in my makeup section. But let's get going with this tutorial. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do one of my eyes for you, leave the other one just for the sake of time, and you'll see the examples too, the befores and the afters as I move along. All right, so let's get going, and I'm going to briefly show you the products. I'm not going to go into details. Again, the products will be also underneath the video description and also in the comments. All right. Love this eyeshadow palette from Urban Decay. It comes with a brush. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit here on my lid and a little bit up here. That's about it. Okay, you can see that it kind of like highlights above the brow. All right, so next I'm going to use this end. I think what I'm going to put on is a nice pinky color. This also has neutrals as well, browns, but I'm going to use this pinky color here. It looks nice with blue eyes or green eyes. You can see how easily that fits in. All right, I'm going to use a different kind of brush for this. I'm going to go with a deeper shadow here. Now, this is for the downturned eyes, the aging eyes, the droopy eyes. What we want to do is we want to bring it out and up. So we're going to go into the crease here. We're going to go along to here, out and up. See what I've done there? Now you're probably saying to yourself, well, that looks really fake. However, we're going to do some blending. So you use a blending brush like this, and we're going to just blend to make it look a little bit more natural. See what I'm doing there? Blend, blend, blend. And by the way, this is a very natural looking makeup, but with a little bit of an upturn for the eyes. Okay, next, mascara. Very, very important that we have the right kind of mascara. CoverGirl Exhibitionist Primer. What? This is a primer for your mascara. It goes on first. It goes on this color. I'm just going to do that here. And I have now primed my eyes for mascara. We're going to let that sit a little bit longer, and let's go on to another a little important thing to do, and that is you're going to notice I don't use any eyeliner here. Well, I use a little bit, but I'll show you that in just a second. The reason is a lot of times when we use eyeliner, we're closing up our eyes. We don't think we're doing that. It's kind of like what we did in the 80s, right? And some of us are even underlining, the waterline and all that sort of thing. I'm saying it makes you look older. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a gray color like this. I hope you can see that okay. And I'm just going to go underneath my eyes, just like that. Very, very subtly, not a hard eyeliner. Usually if you use a hard eyeliner, you're going to make yourself look a little bit older. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do, we just really need to make sure that the crease of the eye, because sometimes it just settles in a little bit, is really picking up that powder. So let's just go in here a little bit. I wanted to pick up that powder and it go to that end that we showed you before. Okay, so next let's talk about the mascara. I have two different favorite mascaras. As you know, I've been using the CoverGirl Exhibitionist in a black brown, not black, a little too harsh for me. But I have found there's CoverGirl Exhibitionist Stretch and Strengthen Mascara. It's a new kind of mascara and I really, really like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that right over top of the primer. And what I generally do is I do 3 coats. So as I'm putting on the rest of my mascara or my maybe my eyebrows or something like that, I'm putting on a coat. So let's go ahead. And we're putting on a thin coat. If we try to get it all in one, what ends up happening is we get those cloggy kind of mascara looks, and we don't want that. Okay, so what I want to do right now, that's my first coat. Let's talk about the eyebrows. And I know a lot of you know that if you don't have eyebrows, those stencils that I talk about, and again, you can find those at amazon.com/shop/awesomeover50 in my makeup section. But right now I want to use the NYX Fill and Fluff. I'm going to actually brush up my eyebrows a little bit here. The eyebrows really frame the eyes, so don't forget to do this. I do have eyebrows, they're getting kind of sparse, but I can still fill them in. Let's go ahead and fill them in. Fill and fluff. Okay, so there I have my eyebrows, and I'm going to just fluff them so that they look a little, doesn't that make them look a little bit more natural with this end of the brush? Okay, there you go. All right, so let's go back again for another coat now that we've done that. Another coat of mascara, and again, here we go. I really like to put some of the blobby parts on the end, if you want to call it the blobby parts. And again, this is a great mascara for a natural look, for aging eyes, for droopy eyes, that sort of thing. Okay, you can already see how this eye is just widening up compared to this eye. Right? It really is widening the eye, and it's giving me more of a youthful appearance. All right, so we want this to dry now, and what I'm going to do, I just use a little bit of pencil. I'm using blue. You could use, I don't know, slate or brown or any color. I want to give myself a little upturn here. See how I did that? It's really not noticeable, but again, for droopy eyes, for those kind of eyes, we want to make sure I did it okay. Yeah, it looks great. We want to make sure that we're giving an upturn to the downturn. See how this is down and this is up. This is just giving me an eye lift without any needles, which I like. All right, now what I'm going to do is, I haven't done the bottom lashes yet. I only do 1 coat on bottom lashes. So let's go ahead and do our bottom lashes here. Put the mascara on, Heather, without touching the waterline. And then it looks a lot more natural. That blobby part, I'm going to put it on again. And I'm going to give the top lashes now their 3rd coat. And let me just see here, put that over there. It's looking good, it's looking good. Now, you can see that right here, I need to just sort of attach this liner with this so that it really just kind of attach in the corner. Again, emphasizing that upswing, as you can see there. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm quickly going to do the other eye, and then I'm going to show you the before and the after. And don't forget to stay till the end of this video, because as usual, I'm going to have an inspirational message for you. So let's go. So let's take a look at the before and the afters. And you notice with the afters, yes, my eyes don't look as aged, they look more youthful. They also have that upturn lift, so I got a little bit of an eye lift, both using the shadow and using that little bit of eyeliner. And of course, I'm not wearing false eyelashes. I hardly ever wear false eyelashes. And as you can see, my eyelashes look great, and so do the eyebrows. And as usual, I'm going to have an inspirational message for you in just a minute. And don't forget that the makeup that I used, you can find that underneath the video description and also in the comments. And if you like makeup and fashion videos like these, don't forget to subscribe. There's a button down there somewhere, and don't forget to click on the bell. Now, as I said earlier, we are all on this aging journey together, and we have a choice. We can choose to just let everything go, and you know what, that's okay. It's up to you, it's your choice. But what I think is, I think we should live our lives, you know, and embrace our aging, but feel a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more youthful, and we can do that with a little bit of makeup and a little bit of style. Now, some of you might think to yourself, you know what, that's just for show, that makeup and style. But I think it goes deeper than that. I think that part of us gets buried as we age, and that's our self-esteem and our self-confidence. So I think it's really important that we age with attitude, and we start to feel and look more relevant. And as we rise up, I really feel that it's another way to be loving our age.